Hi, I'm Leah and welcome to the Not Only Carrots cooking show. Today I'll be showing you 3 easy ways to reduce sugar in your diet. First off, why would you want to reduce sugar in your diet? Well, white sugar is a refined product and it doesn't contain any natural minerals or vitamins at all, and no fiber either. What happens is when you eat it, your body reacts with an insulin response and it bumps right up, and then you have a big crash and comes right down again. And that's why often when people have something sugary, they feel the need later on when they get tired to have more of it again, to try and bump themselves back up to a normal level again. We want to have foods that are slow release, so we gradually increase our sugar and it comes down again naturally. So what I want to teach you today are 3 ways that you can reduce that sugar intake yet still enjoy some sweetness in your diet. So the first way is to change what you drink. As Americans and Australians, there can be a tendency to drinking lots of soda pop or soda. In Australia, we call that soft drink. And these soft drinks contain up to 12 teaspoons of white sugar. That is a lot of white sugar. No one's going to sit down and just eat that. If we drink it, we get tricked into not even realizing how much is in there. So what we do is we actually use a store-bought juice and we put a bit of that in a glass and top it up with soda water. And that way we get a little bit of sweetness, but we're not overloading, because even fruit juice, if you have a glass of fruit juice, a store-bought fruit juice, it doesn't contain any fiber, and once again, it's going to bump that sugar level up in your blood, and you really want to avoid that. If you do have a juicer at home, homemade orange juice is very good for you, and also the store-bought grape juice is pretty good too. But things like apple juice from the store are very bad for you. They have a similar effect as white sugar does on the body. So I'll give you an idea now of how we do it. We'll just take today, it's a tropical juice, so it has a bit of pineapple in there, a bit of orange juice, and I have about an inch and a half there of some juice. This is just some soda water, so it's just carbonated water. We use a Soda Stream to make ours at home. It's a bit cheaper than the store-bought stuff, but store-bought is fine. And this is what we drink in our family. The carbonation actually tricks your brain into thinking that the juice is sweeter than it actually is, even though there's only a little bit of juice in there. If you do this same thing just with plain water, not carbonated water, it's actually very weak and it doesn't really have a lot of flavour. But by having the carbonation in it, your body thinks it has more flavour than it actually does. When you first start off though, you'll probably find, if you're used to drinking 100% juice or used to drinking soda or soft drink, you may want to start at half a glass of your juice with the other half as your soda water, just to begin with. And then after a couple of weeks, you can reduce the amount of juice little by little by little. And some of us will have even less juice than I put in today, and it's very nice. It gets you away from those store-bought drinks. It's cheaper, and also keep away from those cordials, those concentrates, the fruit juice concentrates, because they contain a lot of sugar as well. All right, number 2 is Rapadura. Rapadura is also from cane juice, just like white sugar, except it is only refined slightly. So even though it doesn't contain fiber either, it does contain molasses and some trace minerals. And if you have 1 teaspoon of Rapadura, you've actually had 11% of your recommended daily intake for iron, which is pretty cool. Keep in mind though that Rapadura is a refined product, so have it in moderation, but you can use it in place of white sugar in any of your cooking and baking. As you can see, it does have that deep brown caramel colour, and the taste is similar to the caramel taste as well. But you can use it 1 for 1 with white sugar. So 1 cup of white sugar, you would replace that with a cup of your Rapadura. You can also use other vegan liquid sweeteners like maple syrup and agave nectar. But agave nectar has a similar effect on the body as white sugar does. So once again, use those things in moderation. So number 3 is our fruit group. We're going to bring this lovely plate of fruit over, and I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can do. If you take bananas, for example, you can mash up bananas and they can go into waffles, cakes, hot cakes, pancakes, and they work really nicely and add a natural sweetness, and you won't need to add quite as much sugar if you're still having sugar, but Rapadura will also go really nicely in all of those baked goods. Also, sometimes we start to feel a craving for things like chocolate or a cake or biscuits, and perhaps we've really had enough sugar in our day already, even if it is Rapadura. And if we go instead for a piece of fruit, our body is being told, here's some sugar, it's slow release, it's still got all the fiber because it's a whole food, and we can actually start to have a natural addiction to good food. So if it's after dinner at night and you think, I feel like some dessert, just think, I'm gonna have a banana first. And sometimes we can actually find that we're so fulfilled because we're getting the sugar sweetness that we need, we don't actually feel like we need that piece of cake anymore. The other thing you can do, if you're a fan of sweet things, but don't want to eat lollies because they are full to the brim with white sugar, and they also have gelatine, which by the way is made from animal bones and obviously is not vegan, you can eat some dried fruit. Now, dried fruit is concentrated because all the water has been evaporated. So once again, you want to eat this in moderation too. Dates are really delicious. They are half sucrose and half fructose. So they're super sweet. And you can even buy date sugar, which is just the whole date, and they dry them and grind them up and use them as sugar. So you can even use that in your baking as well. What I do with my dates is I buy whole pitted dates. They're dried, and I put them in the freezer and take them out and I eat them like that, and they're like a chewy lolly, and they are so delicious, and you only eat a few of them and you're actually really fulfilled, and they're just sweet and yummy, and you actually can't fit too many of them in, which is another positive because you actually get filled up by all the fiber and other nutrients. They're also high in calcium. And the other thing here is goji berries. These are dried goji berries, and I put these on my cereal in the morning, and when they have the lovely cold soy milk over the top, they get hard and crunchy, and at times they can even be chewy like a lolly. So it fulfills that need I have sometimes for chewing something sweet, but at the same time it's giving me all that nutrient value, and I'm not chalking up on the white sugar and so on. So there you are. There are 3 easy ways to limit the sugar in your diet. If you're interested in knowing more about the sugar industry and why sugar is so bad for you, check out the documentary we've linked below called Fed Up. It's all about the hidden sugar in foods and how it's just disastrous now for our young kids growing up. They just don't understand the dangers of eating white sugar. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe, hit like, and share it with a friend. We have so many more cooking shows and vegan information shows coming along. Make sure you check them out, especially check out the one below about the hidden names for dairy in foods. Sometimes as vegans, we can even get tricked. All right, we'll see you soon, guys.